So here's what just came out, and this is huge. A leaked audio recording from Republican Senator Ted Cruz has exposed exactly why the US-India trade deal fell apart. And spoiler alert, it wasn't India's fault. According to an Axios report, Ted Cruz, yes, a Republican senator from Trump's own party, was caught in a private donor conversation absolutely ripping into his own leadership. He called out Vice President Vance, Trump's senior advisor Peter Navarro, and even President Trump himself for actively blocking a trade agreement with India. Now, you might remember Trump himself said India would probably be the first country America would strike a major trade deal with. So what happened? Now, let's see why this matters. This leak is explosive because it shows internal sabotage, not diplomatic failure. India was willing to make a deal. The problem? America's own house was divided. There's basically a civil war happening in US trade policy right now, with some people pushing for deals and others blocking them. Let me put this in perspective. India is the only country that can manufacture at China's scale, is politically friendly to the US, and sits at the center of our Indo-Pacific strategy. If this deal had gone through, India would have locked into a US-centric supply chain, exactly what we want. It would have reduced India's dependence on China and strengthened what we call the Quad Economics Alliance. This deal would have benefited both sides. India gets easier access to US markets, relief from Section 232 and 301 tariffs, visa relaxations, tech transfers, and manufacturing partnerships. We get a reliable alternative to China. Win-win, right? So who actually blocked it? Peter Navarro, the ideological protectionist. Ted Cruz specifically called out Peter Navarro first. Here's Navarro's worldview in a nutshell. Trade deficit equals national weakness. Remember when the whole world was shocked by Trump and Navarro saying, if we have a trade deficit with you, we won't do business with you? That's not how modern economics works, folks. You're going to have trade deficits with some countries and surpluses with others. It depends on your manufacturing capabilities and service sector. America doesn't have cheap labor. That's just reality. We can't produce small-ticket items cost-effectively, so we import them. But Navarro's saying, no, we have a huge trade deficit with India. That's weakness. That's not how this works. Navarro opposes all major bilateral trade deals. He thinks India is a high-tariff economy, an unfair trader, too protectionist because they protect their agriculture, dairy, and small business sectors. His solution? Slap tariffs on them and apply pressure until they cave. But here's what he didn't understand. India is not backing down. And the result? India is about to sign what they're calling the mother of all deals with the European Union instead. Then we have Vance. The vice president represents the Make America Great Again ideology to its core. This worldview is anti-globalization, anti-free trade, and pro-domestic manufacturing at any cost. We're talking iPhone costing $10,000 but made in America. That's what they want. That's not sensible policy. Vance's objection was that a deal with India would hurt blue-collar American workers, outsource jobs, and only benefit big corporations rather than voters. In his mind, India is economically useful but politically risky. And finally, Trump himself. Cruz said Trump himself blocked the deal multiple times. Now look, Trump doesn't ideologically oppose India. You've heard him call Modi my great friend, a great leader. But Trump wants to use trade as leverage. He wants maximum concessions. His positions change constantly. He'll say one thing, then say something completely different 2 hours later. What Trump really wanted was a headline-friendly trade deal, something he could spin as America wins. Trump did something huge. Unless the deal looked like a Trump victory, he wasn't signing. And that's exactly what happened. Personal ego took over. Now, here's what else came out in this leak. This 10-minute leaked audio shows Ted Cruz's deep frustration. Cruz belongs to the old Republican school of thought, pro-free trade, pro-alliances, pro-global economic leadership. In the audio, he pointed out how Trump's tariffs are actually hurting American consumers. Think about it. If a $1,000 item comes from India and Trump slaps a 50% tariff on it, it now costs $1,500. Did India pay that extra $500? No, American consumers pay it. Cruz also revealed that Trump got so frustrated in April 2025 during calls with Republican leaders that he started yelling at his own party members. There's even talk in the audio that if things keep going this way, Trump could face impeachment. That's how serious this is getting. So what does all this mean for America? India's position just got stronger. This leak proves India wasn't the problem. India wanted the deal. India was negotiating in good faith. It was our internal politics that killed the momentum. U.S. credibility is taking a hit. When our own allies, whether in Europe or Asia, see that deals can be blocked internally, that the president gets overruled by advisors, they're going to think twice about negotiating with us. That's why the EU is rushing to close deals with India now. In fact, today, on India's Republic Day, the European Union contingent is marching in their parade. Tomorrow, you'll hear about their mother-of-all deals being announced. The shift from globalization to nationalism. This shows the free trade consensus in America is dead. Both left and right are supporting protectionism now, and strategic partners like India become collateral.
The real cost. Let's talk about what Trump's tariff policy actually means. He claims tariffs will bring money to the American government, but that's misleading. That money comes from your pocket, from American consumers paying higher prices. Stock markets are reacting. Retirement funds are taking hits. We're watching the economy strain under policies that don't make economic sense. The bottom line. This leaked audio exposed something we all suspected. The failure of US-India trade talks wasn't about India being difficult. It was about internal chaos in American trade policy. We have advisors pushing isolationist ideology, a vice president worried about political optics over economic reality, and a president who wants every deal to be a personal PR win. Meanwhile, India's moving on. They're cutting deals with Europe, expanding in West Asia and Africa, and diversifying away from dependence on us. The question Americans need to ask: are we strengthening our position in the world, or are we isolating ourselves while our competitors move forward? That's the real story here. Not just about one failed deal, but about where American foreign policy is headed and whether we're making decisions based on sound strategy or political theater. What do you think? Are Trump's trade policies protecting American workers, or are they just driving our allies into deals with other countries? Drop your thoughts below.